Welcome everyone to what I'm sure will be a very fun video as I get to talk about tracks. Tracks for what, you might ask? Well, tracks for my hypothetical video game creation known as Nintendo Kart. If you want more information on that, check back on the first video in the series. Anyway, I know Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has 48 tracks, but I'm only going to discuss 6 cups today and 24 tracks. I know it should probably be doing 8 cups and 32 tracks, but I've been busy today. But I do have Columbus Day off next Monday, so I think I could sort of tie up some loose ends from the last 2 videos there and talk about some more cups. But, I'm busy. But I do have a special idea to talk about here. It's called title tracks. I think there should be one at the end of every cup, and there should be a few things that each title track should have. 1, it has something to do with the title of the cup, and I'll explain that more later. 2, it's the hardest track in the cup. 3, because of its difficulty, you get 5 bonus points for finishing in first, 4 bonus points for finishing second, 3 in third, 2 in fourth, and 1 bonus point for finishing in fifth. I don't know, do you guys think that idea works? Let me know in the comments. So anyways, let's start with the Mushroom Cup. I am keeping this cup name because honestly, it's kind of a classic. Now just because this is the Mushroom Cup doesn't mean all the tracks here will have something to do with the Mario series. However, the last one will, and it will be the aforementioned title track that has something to do, with the cup title. Anyway, the first track will be known as Nintendo Kart Stadium. I think it should be a lot like Mario Kart Stadium, the opener for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It would be really cool if there were spectators from all across the Nintendo series in the audience. I could see Nintendo getting really creative with this idea. You can incorporate things from basically all their franchises here. Now, the second track will be known as Pikachu Forest. We can't have a Nintendo Kart without a Pokemon track. And I feel like having this track in a forest environment would be a really neat idea. The third track is something that has kind of been done already in Mario Kart 7, but I want to see it done again because of nostalgia reasons. Remember those tracks that were sort of based off of Wii Sports Resort? Let's do that again, but this time you can actually see Mii's play in sports as you drive around the track. We'll call this track Sport Resort because I don't have creative names. Anyway, the way this cup should end would be with Mario Circuit, but this time I think we should do Mario Circuit Justice. Why is it that Mario Circuit tracks are always sort of mediocre? The track design is always really simple, the music is sort of bland. Now this is the first cup, so I do think the track design should be on the simpler side. But I think Nintendo can really make this exciting. Maybe they could have a section where everything turns 8-bit, like in Mario's Odyssey. Or maybe Mario can get some exciting and catchy music for once. Whatever the case may be, it's time to make Mario Circuit cool. Anyway, because this is the Mushroom Cup and this is the Mario themed track, like I said, this will be the title track. Now let's head over to the Triforce Cup. Let's start with a track I call Little Mac's Gym. Now driving around a gym might seem kind of weird, yes, but I think it could work. There could be punching bags as obstacles, there could be people working out around the area. Next, let's get to a track I call Yoshi's Island. Now we all know of the game Yoshi's Island. Well, how about there's a track that's literally on an island? And now the next track should be called Kirby's Dream Land. What if you could have Kirby-like properties in this track where you copy enemies? That could be a thing. Now this cup I should say, will end with Hyrule Circuit like the old Triforce Cup in Mario Kart 8, but not the same one, a new and improved one. Kind of like how there's different Mario circuits and that sort of thing. Alright folks, the Special Cup. It still exists. It will begin with a track I call the W's Casino. It's a track where Waluigi and Wario share the fame as they are casino co-owners. I could see this track being just freaking awesome. Now, why would I make Waluigi share a track with Wario when I love Waluigi so much and I'd want him to have his own track? Realistically, Nintendo isn't going to give Waluigi a whole track in this sort of game. They might even give him a freaking characters roster spot. Now, how about a track called Mega Man's Fortress? There's a lot of bosses in the Mega Man series, and since this is the difficult Special Cup, I could see that becoming a hard track. Now, the Special Cup will still end with the standard Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road. And if you want to see what I really want out of those tracks, just look back at my Mario Kart 9 prediction. Shameless self-promotion. Next, we got the Splat Cup. The first track we got here is New Donk Circuit, which of course is named after the kingdom from Mario Odyssey. That should be fun. Then there should be a track called Supersonic Highway, like Moonview Highway. Now as it sounds, it's named after Sonic the Hedgehog, and there should be a lot of speed boosts on this track because you gotta go fast. Now here's an interesting idea. Rob's Factory. We all remember Toad's Factory, right? Well, Rob the Robot should have a factory too. He's pretty cool. And then because this is the Splat Cup, the title track, the last one, should of course have something to do with Splatoon. It should be Moray Towers because racing on top of tall buildings is the way you end a cup, people. Now next we've got what I'm calling the Arcade Cup. Here's a pretty interesting track idea. DK Tower. This is a 3 different lap kind of track, like Mount Wario or 3DS Rainbow Road. You can see different members of the Khan clan, but the final lap should be like the whole Donkey Kong arcade game, where you're climbing up to meet good old DK. Next, there's a track literally called Mario Bros. It's named after the arcade game, and you can be driving around through pipes and stuff, kind of like in Piranha Plant Side. There should be a track called Metroid Mania, which is based off the Metroid series. And let's end this cup with a track called Pac-Man Fever Zone. Now, I've got some comments saying Pac-Man is not a Nintendo character. And that's true, but he is in Smash, so I definitely think Nintendo uses him. Now, this track would be an awesome title track, because it could be an arcade with people playing games, 8-bit music, all that awesome stuff. Now, let's conclude with what I'm calling the Classic Cup. I'm calling them classics because these are actually going to be retro Mario Kart tracks. So basically, what 4 Mario Kart tracks do I want to see as retro tracks the most? How about GCN, Wario Coliseum, Wii U Electrodrome, GBA Sunset Wilds, and Wii Rainbow Road? I think that's a good amount of really cool tracks. How about you? Now anyway, I will reveal the 2 cups that I will be talking about next week. The F-Zero Cup and the Crossing Cup. Fun stuff. Hope you enjoy this video. Bye-bye.